Okay, I could say that this is spoiler based on Avengers Infinity War, but this is my review dealing with Avengers Infinity War. Bottom line. Overall, I'm going to give the movie a 9 out of 10. Reason why 9 out of 10, because I do a lot of backstory research when it comes to Infinity War. And not just Infinity War, but the Marvel Universe as a whole when it comes to live action. And this is the thing with me. The very first Avengers was amazing. It was new. It was different. It was a superhero movie. The heroes won in the end. Simple as that. The second Avengers, people agreed that the movie was good. It was amazing. It had a lot of action. When you compare it to other movies, it's good. But when you compare it to itself, I guess similar to like the Eminem effect, the movie wasn't all that good because basically it's the same thing as part one. Okay, Avengers 3. Infinity War, this one, the reason why I gave this a 9 out of 10 is because it is completely different than the other movies. And it still sticks with the storyline of the other movies. The villain, they did something completely different. Thanos was the main character of the movie, bottom line. When it came to how this movie made me laugh, out of all the movies I've seen, I am 29 years old. Out of all the movies I've seen that made me laugh, all the action movies I've seen, this movie literally made me laugh hard. This movie, it had me on the edge of my seat. It had me excited. It had me shocked. It literally got a reaction out of me, which is why I give it a 9 out of 10. The reason why I didn't give it a perfect 10 out of 10 is because I think there was one thing with this movie that could have been done differently. One thing with the movie that could have been done differently, and that is the post-credit scene. Because, one, when you go into the movie theaters to see a Marvel movie, we're already programmed and adjusted to know that we're coming to see a superhero movie. So, in the end, you're going to see good overcome bad or evil, whatever. And the thing about this is, even though Thanos won in the movie, it made sense. It seemed like he was about to lose a couple times, but he won. It made sense. But there's a deeper message that I get to that later. But on a post-credit scene, it showed how the movie, the storyline of the movie is not over because Nick Fury paged Captain Marvel. But the thing with that is, a lot of people don't know who Captain Marvel is. Like, people had to do a lot of research. Just like Marvel really took advantage of the internet and social media to tell the rest of the story to the movie or to tell the prelude to the very next Avengers. Like, they basically entrusted people to do your research on who this is and yada yada yada, because they already know people is invested in the Avengers universe. And I think that what they should have did, just to get people excited, just to let everyone know, to be on the same page, that it is not over yet. Because surprisingly, a lot of people didn't know that another Avengers movie was going to come out in 2019 to complete the storyline. A lot of people didn't know that by surprise. So what they should have did was they should have did the little pager thing showing that Captain Marvel's being paged, and they should have did another scene, and they should have showed Captain Marvel as far as where she was right then and there, showed her. All she says is, she gotta go. It's an emergency. She powers up, and then she boosts the heck out. And that would have had people shocked, like, oh snap, who the hell is she? And she seemed real strong. She seemed powerful. She seemed like, dang, okay, it's not over. Everyone would have been on the same page. But a lot of people weren't on the same page when it come to it being over. Because a lot of people didn't know. I think that the actions in the movie was amazing. By far the best in a lot of movies. The comedy, by far the best in a lot of movies. The seriousness at the end when Thanos snapped his fingers. Just the way he did it. It was so cold. It's a trending thing, just snapping those fingers, and people just start to go. But a lot of people was just confused on that part. They didn't know if they just disappeared to another dimension, realm, or they're actually dead. You had to do research after the movie to find out, like, no, they're dead. And then that's when you found out, like, oh, another Avengers coming out. So, okay, the movie was genius as far as it's going to have everybody hyped for the next Avengers to see what's going on. But when you invest almost 3 hours into a movie, and you basically just want to, after the 3 hours invested, you still have unanswered questions. It answered your questions for this movie, but there's a lot of unanswered questions for the next movie, and a lot of people felt that way at the same time. I believe the movie's a 9 out of 10 because it actually got a reaction. It actually made me laugh. It wasn't no forced humor. It made me laugh. It gave me a lot of action. It made me laugh, and the movie as a whole, just how they put everyone together in teams and that whole nine, that was real creative how they did that. I'm just really eager how they're gonna do the next movie, because a lot of people basically say that from what I hear is their score of this movie may change depending on how the next movie tells its story. So basically this movie review is still up in the air. It really doesn't have a solid review because this is just part one of a complete story. I wonder if that's how people was when it comes to Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, and all of that. But because when I seen that movie, when I seen part one, I knew, oh yeah, the bad guy's gonna win, and the bad guy did win. Voldemort did win. He got the freaking spoiler, by the way, he got the freaking staff. I'm pretty sure y'all seen that dang movie by now, but I'll put in the description just in case you didn't. But anyway, he got the staff, and he basically put his hands up, and lightning shot from the staff from one of the Deadly Hallows, and he was laughing. He got the power, and now he has this ultimate power, and it goes off. It's like, for Avengers to do something like that, Thanos basically would get all stones, and then he would just smile, and it would show massive power, and it would went off. Like if he would have snapped his fingers, and they say, "What did you do? What did you do? What did you do?" and it goes off, something like that. But they didn't do that. They moved forward, and they showed people how they died, how they, got erased from the universe. And then at the very end, it shows Thanos. He smiles. No, first it shows Thanos talking to young Gamora and basically talking about what did it all take for you to finally get what you want. And he said he had to lose a lot, like a lot had to be lost. And then I also seen with Thanos is that he gave respect and credit when credit was due when it come to certain Avengers, like when it come to Tony Stark, which is crazy. It's like the more you think about the movie, the better it gets, is how they put it, because you can easily go back and say, "Ooh, Doctor Strange first said Tony and Spider-Man can die. He ain't giving up the time stone whatsoever." But then he gives up the time stone. But he does that after he sees like 50-something thousand different alternative lives of do they beat Thanos or not. And he said he only seen one where they beat Thanos. And when you think about it, obviously he seen Tony Stark alive, and Tony Stark could not die, and he had to give up the time stone. And it's like everything works in Thanos' favor. Like at the right time, he felt his true love was Gamora. At the right time, he had her. At the right time, at the right moment. And how they just twisted things up, it was pretty freaking cool. And so they made Thanos a really interesting character, because he wasn't just evil about to beat everybody up. He actually look at people and be like, I give you credit when credit's due. You real cool people. I hope they remember you. Or, shoot. Like what he did with Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch killed Vision. And this dude walked past her, basically saying, "Oh, good job. I would try to do the same thing." Brought Vision back with the time stone. Took the damn thing anyway. That's all. Like, stuff like that happened in the movie. How can a movie... That's why I give it a 9 out of 10, because I don't see stuff like that in movies, and it did it with this one, and that's why I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward for the next movie. I'm not even looking at it on the sense of, is Deadpool 2 going to be better than Infinity War? I'm not even looking at that, because there's two different universes. Deadpool 2 going to be able to get away with so much, because it just set that tone of a rated R movie, do what you want, and as simple as that. Actually, Deadpool 2 is going to piggyback off of Infinity War, I'm pretty sure, because one, the dude who played Thanos in Infinity War is playing Cable in freaking Deadpool, and he already said it in the trailer multiple times. Okay, cool it, Thanos. Like, Deadpool is gonna get buzzed because of Infinity War. So if you ask me, they pretty much working together. I ain't gonna even lie. And at the end of the day, money's still going to go to the heroes, and it's still going to go towards the fans when it comes to what they want, what they like. But that's just my opinion. Infinity War to me is a 9 out of 10. It is the best Avengers movie. But at the same time, Infinity War wouldn't be Infinity War without Avengers 1 and Avengers 2. Because the more you think about the movie, the better it gets. The more you go back and rewatch Avengers 1, Avengers 2, Civil War, all of that, any Marvel movie, the more you go back and watch, Infinity War just get better and better and better. And that is a gift. Like, I don't even know how you make a movie like that, where there's I can't really say because I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but I can't go back and rewatch all the Harry Potters and then watch Deathly Hallows and be like, oh, all of it connects and just get better and better. Like, Deathly Hallows really tell the story on its own. All you really need to know is Harry's origin story and then go all the way to Deathly Hallows, and pretty much it tells the story on its own. But when it comes to Marvel, no. They get scary creative to the point where you will miss a lot real freaking quick. And you can easily go back, but that's why Marvel makes so much money, because they connect to people's emotions. They know human beings like to figure things out. Human beings like to connect things. Human beings like to feel like they figured some stuff out. So that's what they basically do in their movies, and they're real successful with it. But this is my review when it comes to Infinity War. Again, 9 out of 10. My personal opinion, that movie is amazing. It is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Like, it's in its own caliber. I think the only thing that they should have did is they should have just kept that superhero feel to it, because, you know, Avengers got their butt whooped, Thanos won, and it disrupted the entire freaking universe. But I honestly believe that at the end they should have just showed Captain Marvel. That would have been a huge presence. Everybody would have been on the same page. People still would have did their research, but they would have did their research when it comes to who is Captain Marvel, who is this female, because it is a main female character. Seem like she's gonna be real strong. Seem like she's gonna be a threat to Thanos, and we trying to figure out who is she, why is she, where is she, what is she, and how the heck Nick Fury know her. Stuff like that. But that's my review. 9 out of 10. Keep it G. Stay true to yourself and everybody else. I am out.